wallet where? Where do you find that wallet again?
I'm waiting for my day in court, like you said, man.
Okay.
On March 25, 2009, Pensacola police made a grim discovery. Behind an abandoned gas station near Highway 29 and Burgess Road, someone had dumped a body in a dumpster. It was Cheryl Kane. Right away, detectives followed the trail she left behind. They processed the dumpster area and found DNA that didn't match what should have been there. Then they shifted to the next big clue, Cheryl's car. After she was killed, her vehicle turned up at a Pensacola motel. Inside the car, investigators found DNA that tied Scott Thompson directly to Cheryl. Phone records helped connect the dots even more. Cheryl and Scott weren't strangers. Their calls and messages lined up around the same window of time when she disappeared. And a witness added a possible motive, telling detectives Cheryl and Scott had argued about money on the day she was last seen alive. They didn't have to hunt Scott down. He was already in the Escambia County Jail on a probation violation linked to older drug charges from 2007, waiting for a spot to open in a treatment program. So detectives brought him out and walked him into the interrogation room. This is the interrogation.
Mess with it, but
And that's the last time you talked to her?
yes, sir.
Okay. And she never came over that night?
No, sir.
And she never talked to you on the phone again after that?
No, sir.
Okay. And, of course, yesterday I go over to your house because I get a call from the family saying Larry Spears has called them saying that he was over at your house and had found Cheryl's wallet in your room,
Yes, sir.
under your bed. And when I went over there and talked to you, you said that's where you placed it. Is that correct?
Under the mattress.
Under the mattress, right. Well, under your bed, under the mattress, sorry. Yeah, between the box spring and the mattress.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When I got there, Larry set the wallet on my car, and I collected it from him. And you were standing there when I did that, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You told me at that time that you had set it there for safekeeping, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you find that wallet?
Thursday, Thursday or Friday. Trying to think when did you come over?
I
my
came over
parents
to your
that
house
first time?
by Friday. Yeah, that Friday I came by.
Friday. It was Saturday.
Okay.
The next day.
So you found the wallet on Saturday. Did you work that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you find it before you went to work, after you went to work?
After.
Okay. So you found it in the evening time. You remember what was the circumstances? Tell me how you found it.
I was packing up the rest of Larry's stuff. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, he'd already got his bed and some of his clothes. He left a basket and stuff in the dresser. And I mean, I was packing the rest of his stuff, putting it out there on the little sunroom.
Okay.
And I mean, just packing up everything. And then I saw that. And I think the only thing else there was like a hair clip.
No, exactly where was it?
It was in the dresser.
In the dresser.
Yeah.
Now, when we came by there the other day, you said me and James Newton could walk through your house with you. And we walked through your house, and I did see the little room that's across from yours that he had sat in there. And I looked in the room, and I really didn't see anything as far as furniture-wise in there. Where was this dresser sitting?
That dresser?
Yeah. You said the dresser? Where was it sitting? I don't recall it, my memory.
Up against the wall.
Okay. When you look in the room, which wall?
Over to the right.
Over to the right. So there was a dresser over here to the right? Okay. And how tall was it?
Short, not like that.
Did you move that dresser out on the porch as well?
No, I moved it.
Okay. So when I came back over there yesterday, and you gave me that written consent to go through your house, and we walked through the house, was that dresser still in there?
No.
Okay. Where was it moved to?
Ended up giving it to some Fowlers, the Tasha, and they drove by when we were out there yesterday.
Okay.
They drove by and they were in that Jeep Cherokee.
The people that were talking They said, mentioning Larry, they were there to see Larry.
Maybe because they saw Larry there first, but I mean.
Okay. All right. You gave it to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lamp.
When did you give that to them?
I think that day, Saturday.
Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
So they came over at night? You got that?
Mm-hmm.
And who were these people?
Pam and Tasha Fowler. They live not far, like
Pam and what Fowler?
Tasha.
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 And their last name is Fowler?
Fowler.
Like the street?
Yes, sir.
You got a phone number for them?
Mom's kind of weird. She's got the two sisters and the brother, and they're kind of, I wouldn't say troublemakers, but they're always looking for free stuff and, you know, going to the pawn shops. I mean, not the pawn shops, but the flea market and stuff. And, what would I have it under? Yeah. Fowler, that's right. They just got a new phone, and I'm not supposed to call it, but I'll give you the number here. It's 637 1446. 637 1446.
Okay. Now, when you found this wallet, did you go through it?
I just unzipped it and seen that it was her ID.
Did you think that was important?
I thought it was just something that would, you know, would need to hold on to.
Okay, so when I came over and I talked to you on Friday, and I said that I was, you know, investigating the death of Cheryl, and then I was looking to talk to Larry, and could you assist me in contacting Larry and all that, you didn't think that finding the wallet in Larry's old bedroom was of importance?
I really didn't think of it at the time, like putting two and two together, like, you know, that was her wallet. I just, you know, because, I mean, she's had stuff there before, and, you know, I mean, it really didn't click, like, oh, that was her wallet. I figured it, you know, might have been like an old wallet or.
Okay. But you saw her driver's license in it and all that? Okay. She got her driver's license and all that stuff in there, and you didn't think it was important? Okay. And then for safekeeping, instead of calling me, you put it under your bed?
I just stuck it under my mattress. I didn't put it out with this stuff. I knew I was going to. I figured you'd be calling the next day or the day after.
Okay. And so, you never saw Cheryl again and never talked to her again after that Monday?
No.
Okay. Where were you Monday night?
I got off work, got in the shower, went to my parents and ate supper.
Okay.
Been eating over there lately. Just
okay. But you, what time do you get off work?
About 5:30.
Okay. You told me you were making those phone calls to Cheryl at 5:30. Are you over at your parents' house making these phone calls about drugs, or are you at your house?
No, I was at my house.
Okay. So
getting in the shower.
You said 5:30 or 6. So when are you eating?
About 7. 6.
About 7. Okay. So you went home. Didn't take a shower at your house, right? You took a shower at your parents'?
No, took a shower at my house.
Okay, so you take a shower at your house, make these phone calls, and you said you did phone calls up until about 7 p.m., and then I guess you go to your parents' house. And your parents will confirm that you had dinner with them that night.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had dinner.
The detective gets straight to a key detail: Cheryl's wallet. Instead of turning it in, Scott had it hidden under his mattress. Scott admits he opened it, saw her ID and license, and still claims it didn't register as a big deal, even after he learned Cheryl was dead. That's the kind of "I was holding it for safekeeping" excuse that sounds more like stalling than innocence. Then, the detective makes a smart move. He has Scott lay out Monday night step by step: work, calls, shower, dinner. So anything that doesn't match the phone records or his parents' timeline can trap him later.
So it was a known day off. You were going to be off on Tuesday.
Yeah. I thought I was going to take the whole, like the rest of the week off.
Okay, let me ask you this. You're going to be turning yourself in on Tuesday, right? For the warrant.
No, I've already turned myself. All right, you're
Yeah,
talking
that
about
Tuesday,
Yeah.
right? And so Monday night you're at home, and pretty much you know the next day you're turning yourself in, right?
I didn't know it was going to be Tuesday.
Okay.
I knew it was going to be that week.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be more like
Why did you take Tuesday off?
just because I thought I was going to be in jail for like on a no bond until my court date,
Okay.
and that's when.
Did you have Wednesday off too?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have Thursday off?
No, I went.
So far, the detective is mostly collecting details he can circle back to. Scott looks nervous, but he hasn't slipped into a clear contradiction yet. They take a short break, then come back ready to push harder.
No.
Well, I don't know, because we've kind of gone over it several times here. And I've asked you about the phone calls and how many number of phone calls and what times they were, and I was pretty specific. And I went back over it again to find out about it. But then we got 3 more phone calls later that night, after the time you said you last talked to her.
3?
So the last time, yeah. Well, the others are for 1 minute, so I don't know if they went through or not, but they're dialed.
Yeah.
You to her to you, in 1 8-minute conversation. Okay, you don't
Played
remember
phone
that?
tag a couple times.
Well, but I'm pretty specific, and you're saying after 7 o'clock. So what was that last phone call about?
That was about when she told me about Tommy, about saying something like he loved her and it weirded her out, and I told her that he was supposed to be trying to get some later, and
You don't think that's kind of peculiar? Let me lay it to you like this, okay? The last person that I can put her talking to that night is you, okay? The last person while she's alive she talks to is you. Okay. The person that's found with her wallet.
That dresser.
Okay, Scott, I don't want you confused. I want you telling me what I'm after here is the truth. Okay? Okay. Okay. Don't want you confused. I want you telling me the truth. The problem I'm seeing here, and just let me explain to you. The problem I'm seeing here is I'm being very specific with you, and I'm wanting specific answers, and you're giving me specific answers, and then 5-10 minutes later, when we go back to it, and I tell you a new bit of information that shows, hey, you couldn't be telling me the correct information, then you're changing the story. So you've done that now on the wallet. You've done this now on the phone calls. I do a lot of interviews with people. I've been doing this job for 12 years now. I've been a cop for 12 years. I've been doing investigations for a long time too. Okay? The things you're showing me are deception. Okay? You're not sure. You know why you're not sure? Because you're not, the truth slides right out. It's when you got falseness in there, you're trying to cover something up that you get confused. This is easy then, okay? I'm asking you specific questions. This is not like I'm talking to you about something that happened months ago. This is Tuesday. We're asking you stuff that happened last week. You haven't even worked a full week since last week. Okay? I want you on page with me now, okay?
Now the pressure starts climbing. The detective leans into the inconsistencies and calls out how Scott's story keeps shifting. He's not asking for new information here. He's testing whether Scott can keep his version straight when it's challenged.
And y'all discussed
If I
this
wanted
prior.
to give it, yeah, he said, I'm going to leave it here. Is that all right? You can give it away, do whatever with it. I said, that's fine.
Okay. Let's go back to the phone call conversations on Monday. You with me?
Yes.
On Monday. You said you talked to, the first time you said you talked to her 3 times. Last call being around 7 p.m. But now we remember these other phone calls later, right? Or at least a conversation?
Well,
around 8:23, to be exact.
I talked to her 3 times, and I know we played phone tag like once. Where, she called me, I didn't answer, or I'd call her, she didn't answer. But, I talked to her, actually physically talked to her, I think 3 times.
Okay. You're right on time with the other times. This 8:30 phone call. Tell me about it. What was going on with that phone call?
That was the last phone call when she said, did you find anything? Were you able to find anything for me.
Right.
I said, no, it's going to be later on. He didn't have nothing right now. And that's when she said, you know, well, I'm going to go drink a beer and go hang out. And, you know, if you find anything, call me back. And that's when we talked about, I guess, the new guy she's kind of seeing, Tommy. And she said that he had said that, like, he loved her or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she just said, you know, it kind of freaked me out when he said that. And, you know, it's kind of weird how he was saying he loved me. And that she was going to go have a beer. And, I mean, she goes out all the time. I mean, I don't ever go out and hang out or party.
Okay.
Nothing, but, I mean, she's a talker. I mean, she talks and
Okay.
talks and talks.
All right, so you had an 8-minute conversation with her. And that's kind of the information that came out. Okay. Did you talk to, that was Adam you were trying to get this weed from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to Adam after you talked to her?
I think it was before the last time I talked to him. I
Okay.
called him one time just to see if he had anything.
Right,
And
and he pretty much said no.
No.
Maybe later. Did
Maybe
you talk to
later.
him any time again that night?
No,
Are you sure of that?
I'm sure.
Okay. And you had that
Absolutely.
conversation with her, and you told her pretty much ain't nothing gonna happen.
Might be later on. But,
Right,
you know,
right. Did you call her again after that?
After the 8-minute conversation?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Would you have any reason to? You hadn't talked to Adam Post, right?
Yeah.
And so, was there any reason to even call her?
No.
Okay. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so after you have this 8-minute conversation with her at 8:22 in the evening, okay, it ended at 8:22. It actually was started about 8:14, according to the phone records.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then at 9 o'clock, 9:04, 9:05, one call to and one call from you. Do you remember that?
Did I call her and
Yeah.
then she called me back?
Your phone. I'm not saying you called her, but your phone called her.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you call her? You just, I don't want to confuse you, but
Well,
you just
I mean,
said you didn't talk to her again.
Talked to her a bunch that night. I mean, it's.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying.
But you're telling me this 8-minute conversation, right? Okay. Pretty much you told her it was done there, but then y'all are both calling each other, what, less than an hour later? Okay.
I think, I mean, when I talked to her that last time, she was like, you know, you sure you can't get nothing?
Mhm.
And that's when I waited and called her and said, you know, no. I mean, I really don't even remember if I got a hold of her that time. I think I called her, she didn't answer, and then she called me back.
Scott, am I not being specific? Am I not trying to, I'm not trying to trick you here.
People don't never, I mean, get a little confused or, I mean.
Scott, you've been confused the whole time you've been here. You've been confused the whole time you've been in here. I'm not trying to come down on you. It's just me and you in here talking.
I know. I
Okay.
understand. I mean,
But listen to me. I'm asking you questions about a murder. Somebody's dead. Okay. It's as serious as it gets. The pucker factor in here's got to be max 10. I mean, you couldn't be in more of a scary situation than talking about a murder with a homicide investigator. I understand that. Okay. But I'm putting your point on, and I'm asking you specific things, and I'm making sure, each time I get done asking you this question, are you sure? Are we right there? Okay? You told me this 8-minute conversation ended, you wouldn't have any more reason to call her, but I have both of you calling each other less than an hour later.
I mean, I talked to her before that. I mean, I must have talked to her maybe for 3, 4, 5 minutes. I don't know in my head, like, okay, this time I talked to her was the 8-minute, this was the 5-minute, this. I mean, I'm not trying to BS around or, I mean, I want to say that's the truth and I know for 100%, but I'm not sure. I mean.
That's why I'm asking you. What would be the reason to call her after that? You said the conversation was over. You pretty much had told her at that time that, wasn't going to be able to hook you up. That was it. And she gave you a little conversation about Cody, and she said, hey, call me if you do run across something. And you said, would you have any more, do you have any more reason to call her? You said, no. Did you call any more? No. Are you sure? I'm sure. And then I pull up the phone records and tell you, y'all both have a phone call conversation. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, come on, man.
I don't know what to say, man.
I don't either, because
Scott can feel the walls closing in. By now, he understands this detective isn't playing around, and he starts searching for an exit, any explanation that keeps him safe. Another break happens soon after, but this one feels strategic. The detective gives Scott space to sit with the fear and rehearse his next answers. That's when people overthink, and overthinking is where mistakes show up.
All right. I know time in this room travels about 15 years slower than everywhere else. All right, let's get back to this thing.
Are we going to do any recording today? Or,
yeah, man.
Or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. I just
seem a little agitated.
Just been in here for 2 hours and...
Scott is tense, nervous, and clearly frustrated at this point.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, anything else electronic in your house that's not there now? Because I didn't see anything electronic in your house other than that TV.
No.
No.
I
Okay.
had the
You had the
only thing I had
DVD.
with me was a big screen and surround sound and my TVs and beds. I mean, that's the only
Okay.
really thing of value or electronic that I had, besides, a dresser.
Okay. Let me explain to you how this works. I go through your story.
Mm-hmm.
We get it all here. And we're going to go through every little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then I'm going to confirm everything you tell me. Remember when I was at your house and I talked to you the other day? Remember that first day I came over there, me and Investigator Newton came over there. And when we were leaving, I said, hey, look, I said, right now, I want to talk to Larry. And right now, you're assisting me with that, and I'm happy with that. But I wanted you to make sure that anything you told me, you're saying you weren't involved. You told me you weren't involved that day. You told me the last time you seen her that day. You told me the last time you talked to her that day. I said, just make sure what you tell me is the truth, and you'll be fine. Okay? I'm going to confirm every single thing you tell me. Okay? We'll go through each little step of this, and I'm going to confirm it. And that's why I do with every single person. Okay? Just so you get the insight and you know what's going on. It's not a quick process. It's not something that you come in here, do it real quick, and go. Okay? Now, if I just realize that I don't have the access to confirm all the information right then, it may be quicker. But if I have the access to confirm each one of these things, then I confirm each one of these things. Okay? So like Pam and Tasha, somebody's talking to them right now. Okay? Like your work schedule, somebody's up there talking to them right now, getting your work schedule. Phone records, I already have. Somebody's up there confirming your phone records. Just like I had that, that's just a copy. Somebody's actually sitting there working through that. I want to explain that to you, okay? This thing with Adam Post and his purchases from you, somebody's going to be talking with Adam Post right now, confirming that information, okay? This thing that I just got from Big, I'm going to go out there and somebody's going to go over there and they're going to be talking to Big right now. That's how it works, okay? So it's not a quick process, okay? It takes a little bit of time. And each time I'm going to break, it doesn't mean that I'm not, that I'm ignoring you or I'm trying to drag things out. I'm not. What I want to do and what my hope is today, to either eliminate you or include you in my list of suspects, okay? All right? That's what this is all about. That's all I do. I try to find the fraud. And if everything you said checks out and everything's good, you're eliminated from my list of suspects. If what you says doesn't checks out, you're included in my list of suspects, and we go from there. Okay? I don't want you to think that I'm putting you off. I know when I came in, you said, "Hey, are we going to get to the recording thing?" We're going to get to it, but I'm going to confirm everything, and then we're going to get to it. So I don't want you to have that mindset that, hey, I should be back.
Well,
don't worry,
when
I'll
I
talk
talked
to
you. You know, you just said like come down, do a statement. And I thought it would just be come down, be back at work, and
if
You know,
it's,
I never
if-
told my work that I was going to be gone for this long.
Right, and
I
I'll
just-
take care of calling your work and make sure of that. I told you I'm friends with the owner up there. I've known Derek for
Yeah.
20 plus years, and I'll call and say, look, he was right here with me. It's one of these things we got to be thorough. And I know Derek well enough. I've known him over the years, and I'm sure he's not going to have an issue with that. Now, is he going to pay you for this time that you're off?
Oh,
Probably
no,
not.
no.
But I mean, unfortunately, you're a witness in a murder case. And it's a friend of yours, so I hope you want to
Yeah,
cooperate and
I
help
do.
with it. Okay? We want to find out who killed her. That's what my goal is. Find out who killed her and prosecute the person that killed her. That's the whole goal. Okay? So it
That's
does
why,
take a little
I mean,
bit of time, but
That's why I'm
if-
being completely honest, and I want to.
Right.
I'm here to help. I wasn't trying to rush and say,
Okay.
you know, I'm getting pissed off, you know,
right.
or I want to leave.
Well,
or,
you seemed a little
I just-
agitated, so
The detective's questions about electronics weren't random small talk. He was trying to figure out what items Scott owns and has access to, because Cheryl's body was found wrapped in cables that looked like they could have come from a Sony PlayStation. And right after that, the tone shifts. The detective stops just asking questions and starts taking control. He lays it out clearly. Scott's story isn't going to be trusted just because he says it. It's going to be checked step by step and compared against real evidence. While Scott sits alone in that room, the investigation is still moving. Other detectives are already verifying his work schedule, pulling phone records, and tracking down the people Scott mentioned, making sure every detail either lines up or falls apart.
I know for a fact I was still off work.
well, I mean,
I'm-
the day I came over to see you, you told me you worked that day. Did you work
That
that
was the
Thursday?
first day I went back to work. Was
Okay.
Thursday. Because
And the
Wednesday
very
was.
next day when you're moving all this stuff, you said that's the day that you did it after work. Now, at first you told me it was during the day, and then you changed it to no, it was after work. I asked you, are you very sure?
No, no,
And
that
I
was-
gave you an excellent
that's-
frame of reference because I came and saw you about a murder. That to me would be a beacon in the sky. This, you know, something you should remember for a while. Homicide investigator comes to my house, knocking on my door, wanting to talk to me about my murdered friend. I would think, I mean, it would be reasonable to me, and I think most people would say, hey, this is something I'm going to damn remember. Okay? And it was only 4 days ago. Okay? So, you know, I gave you a good frame. I gave you a time, and I said, hey, are you sure? And we've gone over this a couple of times now, and you were pretty
I
sure.
mean, I understand, but I
All
mean,
right,
like
you're,
I said,
you're
I
killing
was,
me here on
I was
changing your
off
story,
work.
dude.
You know, we've been doing some drugs. I mean,
Right.
it's not like I'm remembering every single solitary detail, and if I'm say something that might have been a day off or a week off or
Do you feel like I'm trying to trap you and stuff?
No, not really.
I'm trying to be as upfront and open with you as I can. And,
I mean,
and
you're
lay it
asking
out.
me if I tell you I don't exactly remember.
Well,
right
that's
off the
why
rip.
I'm saying.
I mean,
but that's why I'm saying, are you sure? And we're getting these reminders, and that's what you're telling me. I am sure.
and I mean, I really don't remember the exact days, but I mean, if I tell you that, you're still going to be like, well, you know, that's the beacon. It's a good reference. It's only been a week or two, you know, week and a half.
4
You ought to
days.
remember.
Right. Sure. I mean, I think a normal person can remember, especially with giving a frame of reference. And you said, hey, look, I was off, but this is back to work time. This is when you know. And there's a big difference between Monday when you're off and doing all this moving and Friday when you work all day and then you started afterwards. And that's where the confusion's hitting. Okay, so you're not getting confused about multiple days off. Hey, maybe if I had 4 days off in a row and something happened on the first or second day off and the third day off, maybe I could be confused. But you're going back to work. This is after a traumatic knowledge of finding out your friend's murdered, and a homicide investigator coming over to your house and taking. You know, I went over to your parents' house and talked to you originally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
That was
you agreed to
Thursday.
come with me over to your house, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had a long conversation. To me, that would be something sticking in my mind, a great frame of reference. The next day, you're telling me you go to work all day, and then when you get done, you move this furniture and stuff.
I just remember being late, I mean in the afternoon,
Right.
when we went down over there off Kingsfield to run her by one of her friends, and then I dropped them off. It was late in the day. I mean, it was starting to get kind of dusk.
Okay. Well,
But
okay. Just to kind of clear this up a little bit, Tasha is correct then on the time that it happened that Monday.
For the baker's rack or the dresser?
For the dresser and the mirror on that Monday. She said the Baker's Act and all that was on Friday of the previous Friday. 4 days before that Monday, or 3 days before that Monday. She also said that the black guy came over and bought the stuff from you. All this happened on Monday. Now I'll get
that was
another.
The day that's the day we were. That's the day it happened. I mean, it was on the same day.
And that's the same day that the last time you talked to Cheryl on. It's all the same day. Because phone records put you talking to her that Monday. And Tasha, on top of that, says, and you confirm, that you received a phone call from Tasha while you're driving. From Cheryl while you're driving.
She saw us three in the car with the trunk open.
Right, and you talked to her on the phone. And this is all correct, right?
That was Monday.
Okay.
I thought it was
And
Monday.
that's the last time you've told me that you've seen your friend, who is now dead and murdered. That's the last time you talked to her.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all the same day. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we're absolutely sure. So Tasha's correct when she says, hey, I got this dresser from him on that Monday and mirror, and it was loaded up, and you sold this
DVD player,
black
TV.
guy, the DVD player, now a TV, and some kind of stereo booster on that day. That's all that Monday. And you have a conversation with Cheryl, and she overhears it, and you remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Her recollection of that conversation was an argument. You cussing that stupid whore. She thinks I owe her money. I don't owe her money. That's the gist of the conversation I'm getting from her.
I'm telling you, man. Tasha's must be talking to Larry, or Larry went over there and talked to her, and that sounds like a setup, because that never happened.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we never argued.
We haven't talked to Pamela yet, but we'll talk to Pamela.
Talk to her before her sister calls, because I don't want to
Well, she's at work.
cooperate.
I don't think she's gonna. Well, people. Usually when people are talking to the police, they try to tell the truth as much as possible, as long as it doesn't get them in trouble. And I don't think this is going to get them in trouble. Okay. Okay. So you're saying
she said that I argued and yelled at her, called her a stupid bitch.
Yeah, and when you got off the phone, you were still yelling and screaming. She said the conversation was basically over you owing Cheryl money, her wanting her money. She also said that you owe a lot of people money. No?
This is the same girl that when Larry and Cheryl were broke up when I lived in my old apartment, stole pills from me, denied it. Robbed me. I shouldn't even be hanging back around her.
But you went and got her, right? You went and got her to give her this furniture.
Right. Yeah, her and her sister.
And you're moving out of this apartment, this house that Derek owns for what reason again?
Because I'm probably going to be going to Keating when I go to court.
Right, so you need to move all your stuff. And your parents, the reason why you're not storing it is because your parents don't have room, is that correct?
Yeah, the garage is full, they don't want to pay storage.
Okay. So you got to get rid of this stuff.
Couches and stuff.
So it's not that you're doing them a huge favor, it's that you're doing yourself.
I was being, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was being nice to them, Their mom's always collecting broken stuff, fixing tables, but I did not owe her money, and I don't know. I'm telling you, Larry's. The only thing I can think of is Larry's talked to her and said something about the wallet, implementing me and just trying to get them to go against me, because I don't know.
But everything else is lining up. The conversation's there. Yeah. They're talking about the black guy, which corroborates your story. The black guy. It's just the dates have been wrong. And you were telling me you're confused on the dates. So they have the correct dates.
I think are you sure you're not just trying to razzle me when she said that I called her a stupid this and that?
No, this is my pad. It's all right on it. Cussing at her, he owed her money. You see that sentence right there? Have you seen me write any of this since we've been in here?
No.
Okay, that's what I wrote prior to coming in here. Interview,
ridiculous.
3:31 at 12:30 hours. Right now it is 1:34 hours. So I started that interview at 12:34 hours, ended it at 12:51. Oh, actually, I started the recorded session at 12:51. So I just came from here, and that's my writing. You didn't see me write it anywhere else. Not making this stuff up, dude. I wasn't there. I'm just only going by what I'm told. Okay. Okay. So, what about this DVD player missing its power cords? or connection cords. That's not true. So when I do get this guy in here, Big or LB, he's not going to have an issue with that, right? We're absolutely sure of that.
Yes.
Okay, great. The only thing that bothers me is every time I've said, "Are you absolutely sure of that?" I come back 10 minutes later and
Adam
you're not
got the
absolutely
TV
sure of
and everything else. All I had was a DVD player left,
okay.
and the DVD player, that other TV that was in the living room I was using at the time. And I mean, I don't have any other cords or nothing. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Can't believe she said that I argued, and I just
When you
that blows my mind, because I mean that.
okay, well you hold that to yourself for a second. Let's go over this again. You said the DVD player that you gave to the black guy along with the TV, was it functional? Did it work?
Yes.
And you traded him for some what?
Crack.
Crack. You told me powder cocaine before.
Powder, cocaine, crack. I mean,
Well, they're not the same thing. I mean, a user, they're not the same thing. Which was it?
it was crack.
Okay. So earlier when you told me you were absolutely sure that it was powder cocaine, you're not absolutely sure. You're now saying it's crack. Was that because you were confused or because you just didn't want to, or you didn't feel there was a difference?
Well, I just didn't want to. I mean, crack.
You were
sounds
pretty
so much
specific. It was
worse.
powder cocaine rather than crack.
You never specifically. You didn't say. You didn't say. Are you sure after every single word? I mean.
No, I didn't.
You
But
after the
I-
sentence, you
but
said,
I
"Are you
went
sure
over
you
it
traded
again.
this for powder cocaine for
Okay.
cocaine?"
Right. But I did go over it with you, and I did ask you. And at the end of all of it, I said, "Are you sure?" So was that deliberate?
No, I mean, just.
Well, I mean, you
Cocaine's-
said in your mind that
Crack
powder you
cocaine.
think is not as bad, so it was deliberate. Okay, so you deliberately wanted me to think it was powder rather than crack because in your mind the powder is better than the crack. Okay. Scott, you need to realize that you have to be honest with me on this. These discrepancies in your story don't shine good on you. Okay? I've had so many versions now of the story you're giving me. Okay? It's at my first rodeo, man. Okay? You're not being honest with me for a reason. Okay? So, can we get to the honesty part here?
I mean, I want to call Tasha right now. I mean, I want
Well, she
I
just
mean-
left here. I don't even think you would get her. She would have to get all the way home. But that's neither here nor there. Okay?
to. I mean,
You know who I want to call? I want to call you. I want to call you and find out what the hell's going on, man. Because, you know, I really felt like when I talked to you Thursday and, you know, I said, hey, man, you know, Cheryl's dead. I really need to get a hold of Larry. I'm concerned. This is a homicide. How can I get a hold of her? Picked up that phone. He called me. I talked to him today. You know, you said all that. I said, well, call him for me. You cooperated. You gave me that. You let me look around. I was looking for power cords and stuff like that. Now, if I'd have known that 4 days before that you'd have taken everything electronic out of your house, I would have been nice to know. If I'd known that the dresser that you somehow thought I would have seen it was already gone that previous Monday.
The TV's been gone longer than 4 days.
Okay.
The TV and surround sound. I mean, that's been gone like.
Well, it's 4
mean-
days. Yeah, it should be a week and 1 day is what it should be. Because now it would have been 4 days if the times were correct.
The detective brings up what Tasha told police, that Scott owed Cheryl money and that he'd been yelling. Scott immediately tries to tear Tasha down, saying she's not reliable and hinting that Larry put the story in her head. But the detective doesn't bite. He shows Scott he had those details written down before Scott ever walked into the room, meaning this isn't gossip, and it isn't something they just heard somewhere. It's something they came prepared to confront him with. Then the detective pivots to the physical details, cords missing, electronics moved around, things in Scott's world suddenly not lining up with what's being found in Cheryl's case. From there, he locks onto the drug angle and pushes Scott on a trade involving cocaine. Scott starts shifting his wording. First it's powder, then it becomes crack. And that little change matters because it looks like he's adjusting the story in real time. The detective frames it for what it is, minimizing. And he makes the warning clear. Every time Scott changes his version, he's not helping himself. He's giving detectives a reason to keep him on the suspect list.
Is it logical to you?
Yes.
It's logical to me,
Yes.
and that's why I kind of go, does it make sense? Okay? And you never call me.
No.
I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, I'm going to call Derek to make sure about this week off, but Danny was supposed to, when we talked to Danny, he was supposed to confirm with the others whether you had gotten it off. And he further adds...
Sunday I was supposed to work and I didn't work.
Okay.
And then I talked to Derek, and then that's when he said, okay, take you a few days off,
Right.
and Wednesday's your normal day off, we got that covered.
Right.
Be ready to go Thursday. That starts the new pay week,
Right.
the beginning of the week when we start the paycheck.
So I'm going to have no problem getting
No.
through to Derek and getting that same answer.
Nope.
Okay. And Adam is the one that you had this arrangement with. Now, Adam, I understand, has a little baby, right? You work
He's
with
got a
him
little
on
girl.
Florida Free? Okay. Because he's concerned right now about getting over there to his little girl. So he's going to tell me that you had this deal arranged for Cheryl, or was trying to arrange it with Cheryl that Monday. Is that correct? Is that what he's going to tell me?
Well, he's just gonna say, some weed. I didn't say for who or what.
Oh, you didn't tell him it was for
No.
Cheryl? Okay. Okay. And he got the big screen TV and all that good stuff. Okay, now when we get to the black guy, he's going to tell me he had everything he needed for that DVD player except for the remotes.
Yeah, I don't know what else there would have been. It was just a DVD player, the TV, and the thing.
What connects the
I
DVD
didn't-
player to the TV?
I didn't hear him say anything about where's the power cords or nothing. He just took it and left. He
Okay.
didn't. I don't remember him saying,
If you
"Hey,
remember,
where's the cords and all that." He
Okay.
said, "Where's the remote?"
if you remember prior to this, me coming back in here, when I was asking you about that, and you were going over, I think we started with game systems.
Mhm.
Remember I asked you about game systems. Had you ever had one? You said never had one.
Never had a
I asked you about computer. Never had a computer.
Never had it.
Then we went over the big screen TV and all that stuff. And then we went over Adam buying the TV and the price of it, the surround sound. And I was very specific. Hey, did he have all the wires and stuff for that? And then we went over the
Adam
DVD.
got everything that was plugged up, hooked up in there. He got everything with that.
I understand.
And
And you told me the same thing with the black guy getting the DVD player. Because I asked you, and I was specific about that, because that's one of the questions I have, is if all the wires are with it. And I made sure I asked you that question, and you were absolutely sure of it. And then when I came back in here and I asked you about it again, I'm asking you about these cords and stuff, and you telling me the only thing he was missing is the 2 remotes, which he got that following Sunday.
the remote, the DVD.
That's the
player
only
didn't
thing
have
he's
one,
missing.
but the remote.
Right, the remote for the TV, right? Because there's not one for the DVD player, right?
No, there's no remote for the DVD player.
Okay, so there's just one for the TV.
TV.
And that's the one he got on Sunday.
That's the one he got on Sunday.
Okay, so Tasha, who's telling me, she recalls the black guy saying, hey, how do I even know that this works? There's no cords for it. You don't have all the cords here. That's bullshit. That's what you're telling me.
I don't remember that. I think that's
Okay.
bullshit.
But when I asked you about it, you said all the wires are there, correct? So are you sure that all the wires are there for that DVD player?
I don't remember. I had the cord, the plug that plugs it in wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't remember if there was any cords with it or not.
Okay. But you were sure of that before I took the break.
I'm telling you, man, I think Larry's talked to her and said something about cords or something, because she's too involved and saying too much stuff.
Well, I'm asking
that she
her
wouldn't know
specifically
about.
about that.
Okay.
And
'cause,
then she recalls, yeah, this was said.
I don't know what else to say, man.
Well, you're sure one minute, you're not the next.
Telling you,
That's what's killing me.
he's got the DVD player.
Okay. Well, I don't doubt that.
I traded
Hell,
it.
I got a witness that
I
says
traded it
that.
for drugs.
But does he got the power cords to it? You're telling me, first you're telling me yes. Then you're telling me now
When
you're not
said
so
the power
sure.
cords, I thought you meant like the cord, because the DVD player's got it plugs in the back, and it's got the cords you plug in the wall. You can take that off. That's like, it pulls
Okay.
out.
So the power cord is detachable.
Yeah.
Okay. But a DVD player, for it to work, has to have some type of connections between it and the television.
I don't think there was any RCA jacks or anything.
Okay. You remember that word RCA jacks?
Yeah.
Okay. RCA jacks. No remote, but there was RCA jacks. Look right here. I wrote that. No remote, and then there's RCA jacks right here. You know why I wrote that? And that's what I wrote the first time when I left, before I went and talked to her. So this last little break. Because you mentioned specifically the same word, RCA jacks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote it down that way. Because you said they were there. You know?
And you said, what are you talking about? And I said the two things.
Yeah, oh, I know. And you explained how it was. So you were very sure of them being there prior to my break. Now, after talking to her and after her telling me about this, now you're not sure. And now you're saying even further that you don't remember there being RCA jacks. When before this interview, you specifically said RCA jacks when I asked you if the cords were all there.
You haven't talked to him yet and asked him?
No, I haven't talked to him yet. I haven't talked to him. I just talked to her.
I don't know, man. I think you're tricking me now or trying to confuse me or something.
I'm trying not to trick you.
I'm
trying not to confuse you. Trust me, I don't want to confuse you. Hell, you've messed up every date I've had so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said it's one thing, been absolutely sure, and then as soon as I show proof the other way, it's changed again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me get a hold of Derek. Let's get that issue settled, okay? Let me call Derek real quick. So I'll be right in here. Do you need to go to the bathroom? You need some water?
I do need to use the restroom.
Sure. Let me get somebody over here to take care of.
When Cheryl's body was found, RCA cables were wrapped around her hands, used like restraints. Earlier, Scott acted like RCA cords weren't even part of this, but in the interview, he admits there were RCA wires after all. That detail matters right away, because it sounds like Scott tried to play small when it lines up with something from the crime scene. It's the kind of missing piece that makes a detective sit up, because now it's not just talk. It's a match. And when Scott says the detective is trying to trip him up, it doesn't come off like simple confusion. It reads like panic, like he just realized the room caught him in something and the lie isn't holding anymore. Now we're moving into the second interview.
All right, Scott. Back again. You're under arrest for the murder of Cheryl Kane. I have a warrant right here for your arrest. That I read those to you.
I'm not signing that.
Okay. You're not going to sign it that I read you those rights? Okay. Here's what's going on. I got the DNA back. Your DNA is on the steering wheel of her car. Your DNA is on the cord around her hands. And your DNA is touch DNA all over her person.
Yeah.
Okay? Her wallet's there in your house.
You don't have my DNA.
I have your DNA.
You don't have nothing.
Okay. I have your DNA.
If this is one of those scare tactics, like the 8-hour interview.
See that report right there? FDLE report right there. This is about Cheryl Renee Kane. Scott Thompson's included in DNA profile 37. It goes on and on and on like that. See your name? Exhibit Scott Thompson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, this ain't no bullshit. This is your opportunity here to tell me what led to this incident. It doesn't mean, I don't know exactly what happened because obviously only you and her were there. But this isn't a question of whether or not you did it or not. This is a question of why you did it or not. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. You will obviously get your day in court to explain what happened. But if there's some mitigating circumstances, she attacked you, anything happened along those lines, I need to know about it now.
No.
Okay. So, we going to talk about this or no?
No, I don't. I mean, you don't have my DNA.
Okay.
I've never been in her car.
Okay. You've never been in her car?
Never been in her car.
Okay. And
I've ridden
there's
her car
electrical-
once, a long time ago.
Okay. Were you driving?
No.
Okay. Your DNA is included on her steering wheel.
There's no way.
Sorry. Your DNA is included on those power cords around her wrist. Now, I know we had this little thing about the DVD player that you gave to that guy, and, you know, I've gotten that DVD player, and he says you provide him with cords to it. So I don't know if these are different cords or what, but these 3-prong cords that would go into like a DVD player or something, your DNA's coming back on that and all over the person. The only thing I figured, because there wasn't no fingerprints, is that you were sweating when you did this, and maybe your sweat dropped in there, or maybe you took your gloves off and thought you were cool just touching the clothing part and that you wouldn't get fingerprints on that. I don't know. But you're saying you never drove a car, you're coming back on a car, on the steering wheel. So if you've never been in a car, that's fine. But your DNA's in her car, and that's the problem. Your wallet ends up in your house, under your bed. Now, I know you said that Larry Spears must have put that there. You found it in Larry Spears' thing. Larry Spears' phone records come back that he's in Alabama. His DNA ain't showing up anywhere on this. That's the problem. I don't have Larry Spears' DNA on her steering wheel. I don't have Larry Spears' DNA on the cords. I have yours. Okay?
No.
So if Larry's excluded, you're telling me you found the stuff in his room and you thought that, hey, I'll just take this and put it underneath my bed and hold it for me. Well, that's kind of a bullshit story. We kind of knew that from the get-go, didn't we? Okay? The situation is, I don't know what brought on the thing. I mean, I realized you were arguing with her that day over money or some crap.
Scott is basically cooked at this point. He can keep denying it, but detectives already have the DNA results, and it matches him. They rate him as rights, and from the very start, he's told clearly he's under arrest. Now, the interview isn't about figuring out what happened anymore. The detective's job is to pin Scott down, pull out a confession if he can, and get the motive, because the evidence has already put Scott in the frame.
You were with her that day. This would be the time to explain how your DNA's on her.
I was not with her that day.
Okay. You're not with her that day. You ain't drove her car, and you didn't touch the cords, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Talk to me. How are you? Do you own some of her clothing? I mean, have you been over to her house and done her laundry or something? I mean, there's got, you know, it don't just magically appear. And Larry's isn't there. That's what hurts even more. I mean, you know, if her wallet ended up under my bed and Larry's DNA was all over this shit, well, then I probably isn't here talking to Larry right now. But that ain't the case. Okay?
All right.
Now, I don't know if she attacked you, if she was pissed off at you because you owed her money. I don't know if she threatened you or what happened. But I do know she's dead, she's tied up, you're on her car, you're on the straps around her hands, and you got DNA all over her clothing. I don't understand how that happened. Now, this would be, hey, if something mitigating here, this is when we talk about it, you know? This is not that time, well, you know, I'm going to deny. I need to know. Shit didn't just magically appear. And I think I've been honest with you every time we've been in here. And I've explained things as I went, what was going on. Went and told you, hey, I'm going to go talk to this person. I'm going to talk to this person. I'm going to tell you. And I came back with you each time. This isn't a mystery thing. I don't sit in here and come in here and try and tell you, hey, I got this big folder of bullshit. No, this is real stuff. I come in here and I've been straight up with you each time. Here's what I learned. Can you explain this? Now, you've backpedaled in the past. Well, you know, I showed you the phone records. You said, well, you know, I don't remember all those phone calls. Okay? Well, maybe you don't. But we got a situation here where this isn't a memory thing. You're there. That ain't the question. The question is, why are you there? Now, if you got an explanation for that, I'm willing to hear it. Then that's what I'm here to do. I'm willing to hear your explanation. Okay? Sit there and shake your head all you want, but it's there.
What do I need to do to sign this? And
that's just saying that you understand your rights. You know you don't have to talk to me.
Okay.
And if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. That's just saying you understand that I explained that to you. Okay?
Let's see.
You have the right to make something. Everything I just read to you right there. And I'll witness it. There got to be an explanation, dude.
I mean,
the only explanation I know of is that you killed her. Now, talk to me. Tell
Have
me.
I been hiding? Have I been?
No, you haven't been hiding. You've been in the jail. I mean,
I mean, before that, I mean, was I
No.
trying
But
to
maybe
be
you
deceitful?
thought well, I didn't think you were being totally honest with me because, I kept catching little lies.
Yeah.
But we're beyond that now,
All right.
So if there's some reason why you're supposed to, your DNA is going to be on there, if there's some reason you forgot, this is the time to damn sure remember. This is serious business right here, right now. Okay?
No, I mean,
No.
my DNA is not in that car.
Okay.
And it is not on her.
It is.
It's not in the steering
And
wheel.
that's what I'm telling you, it is. Now, you may be smart enough to wear gloves so the fingerprints aren't there, but apparently you took them off or you sweated down on them. That's the only explanation I have for it, because I don't have your fingerprints there. I think you were very careful. I think you did a very good job wearing gloves the entire time you're taping her. I just want to know why. She obviously y'all got a little bit of issue, according to your friend Miss Fowler. You're cussing and yelling up a storm, mad at her that day. I don't see the reason.
Did you ever
for it.
ask her sister Pam that was in the car that same question?
No.
Because
I understand you were dating Pam, huh?
No.
Went out with her or something.
No, never.
That was interest I had. I talked to Fowler, who says she's in there, and she's telling me she knows Cheryl and knows her voice.
I told her it was Cheryl. I mean, it wasn't an argument.
Okay, so you're talking with her on the phone, but she's saying you're cussing up a storm and angry, and it's all over money. Now, you told me you paid Cheryl back on Friday, as I.
The detective doesn't let Scott dump this on Larry Spears. He points to two hard walls Scott can't climb over. Larry has an alibi, and the DNA doesn't point to him. Larry isn't showing up anywhere, but Scott is. On the cords, in Cheryl's car, and on Cheryl's clothing. Then the detective tightens the screws. He tells Scott that arguing over money isn't a reason to kill someone by itself. But Scott's DNA on what looks like restraints and on her clothing demands a real explanation, something that fits the evidence, not just another excuse.
All right. Okay. So you paid her this money. Right. This conversation is supposed to happen on Monday. I guess during all that series of phone calls that you have that afternoon with her. Because you talked to Cheryl, I think, like 6 times that evening. The last person you talked to on your cell phone, because I've only got your cell phone records, is her. You talked to your last 3 phone calls are all her. Okay? So, you're telling me that you're calling to try and get her some drugs. You have 3 phone calls with her, but I don't see where you're trying to call the drug dealer for her. I met the drug dealer. I actually got a hold of him and talked to him.
Yeah.
I had to go get the folder, get his name. You described the gold color thing, the car. He's got an aunt. He didn't want to tell me his first name, but I ended up getting a hold of him, talking to him and his aunt. He said he was nervous talking to you because he had heard about some murder. I guess he knows Larry Spears too, and y'all met this drug dealer through Larry's.
I
He
was
said
at work when I found.
he said he recorded you when you came over. I got a recording of the recording. I got a recording of where he recorded. You remember him recording you?
On his cell phone?
Yeah. He recorded it off his cell phone. I recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
I may still have it. Well, anyway, you just go over. Oh yeah, the cops are talking to me about this. But yeah, I talked to him, find out what was going on that day. I've talked to everybody, dude.
All right.
And you're arguing with her over money. Do I think that's enough to kill somebody? No. But obviously you got anger problems because we know about the other incident, right? What you're in here for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So were you that angry?
No. I'm
Okay,
not that angry of a person.
Okay, you're not. Well, you had an issue with that one incident, I guess. And maybe that was unique. Okay?
Bunch of Waffle
But
House
she's saying
regulars.
that you're yelling and cussing, calling her the biatch and cunt and all this other stuff.
That is
screaming
the most
and hollering.
bullshit.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm just talking to the witnesses. Okay. So you got that. Her wallet appears there in your house. Now, let me tell you, if Larry Spears' DNA was in there, I'm all about everybody and his brother was saying, Larry Spears did this. That's why I came to you that first time I talked to you. Said, hey, I want to find your roommate. I need to talk to Larry Spears. Remember that day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm hot and heavy. Go and try and talk to him because everybody and his brother saying, hey, Larry had some girl die over his house. And Larry's a bad person. He was with her. He's probably jealous. She's got a new boyfriend. I'm all about that, right? I go there, find out. Phone records show him up in Alabama. I can actually see him because he's making phone calls as he's going up to Alabama. DNA, none of it comes back on him. Who she's talking to is you. Where her wallet finds out, where we find her wallet, it's in your house. You know, did she leave her wallet in your house today she came over to pay you? Maybe that's it. She leave the wallet over there today she come and pay you? She'll here, give me the money you want and here's my wallet too. Do you remember her even coming in your house?
Yeah.
Okay, where'd she go?
We were in Larry's room. He has a safe, like a big, like blonde kind of cream colored safe.
Right.
And she wanted to get in there and get some little needles out of it.
Okay. Didn't tell me this the other time. So tell me about these needles.
Well, that was a few days before.
Oh, we talked about that day, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we got some details. So tell me about this day.
And that's, I mean, she just came in and got it, and that's when I paid her.
So you think maybe she left the wallet in there?
I don't know.
My parents see it on Sunday for sure. And the green purse. You said you've never been in her car or driven her car?
No.
Steering wheel, dude. Steering wheel.
All right.
I mean, you know, what can I say? You know, if I was finding Larry's DNA all over this, it would be a totally different situation. But, you know, her wallet, who's seen by the family, you know, the day that she is last seen, you know, last time they see her, she's got that wallet. She's got that little green purse. The little black wallet's with it. See them both laying on the counter. Her daddy swears up and down he saw it that day. Okay? It ends up under your bed between mattresses. Okay? Now, I know you say you found it. Like, don't make sense. If Larry's out of town, how'd the wallet get over there? And phone records are showing him. I mean, I'm doing tower hits. This ain't no joke. We do tower hits. I go tower hits. I'm seeing him go up Molino, head up in Century. He makes a call about 9:45 that night. Call some.
The detective lays it out. Larry's phone activity shows him traveling into Alabama, and the DNA isn't matching Larry. So that blame Larry door is basically shut. With that gone, the detective circles back to what does hit Scott. Cheryl's wallet hidden under Scott's bed, and Scott's DNA showing up in places it shouldn't. And when Scott starts adding new details late or tweaking the story, the detective catches it because changing versions only makes the whole thing look worse.
About 9:45 that night, call somebody, and the phone call shows him up in Alabama. Ain't no bullshit. She's talking to you 5 minutes before that on the phone, on your phone. Both your phone records and her phone records show that. She's yakking to you. She don't make any more phone calls that night. After about 9:45, she's done. No more phone calls. And then I got some ladies telling me, hey, we're over here at the bus station. About 1:30 or so in the morning, we see a car blacked out coming down Burgess Road. Pull into that Shell station. Hear a commotion over by the dumpster. I don't know if it was the lid slamming down. I don't know if it's her body getting thrown in there. Then the car's blacked out driving back up Burgess Road. So I got a pretty good time frame on when this all occurred. That night you're supposed to be home alone, doing nothing. Nobody can confirm where the hell you are. You don't make any more phone calls until the next morning. You're busy all night. I guess you were sleeping it off. Okay? I mean, that was your story, right? You're home alone,
I worked
right?
the next day.
Yeah, work the next day. And you're on the phone. I checked out all the phone calls that you made. I know you called to check on your warrants. All that good stuff. I mean, I know the phone calls you made. I checked all your phone records, went through every one of them. Okay? But the problem I got is, that wallet, how does it mysteriously get under your bed when he's out of town? Okay? That wallet, your explanation is you find it in Larry's stuff. Did we walk through that house that day? I didn't see it sitting around. I didn't see it sitting around there, did you? All of a sudden it appears? And it's under your bed. I think that, you know, if I was going to go back and look at this and see, hey, what did he screw up on? That wallet would bring big time. I think the wallet you screwed up on. I think you did a damn good job with fingerprints. You must have gloved up, and it's hard with electrical tape. With that big, thick black tape, it's hard to tape stuff up with gloves on. Hey, there wasn't a fingerprint on it. I think you had to wipe the car, too, because there wasn't any fingerprints on the car, but the touch DNA was there. That's what got you. That's what bit you in the butt. That and the wallet were the two things, I think, where you failed. You did a pretty good job other than that. And this isn't, this ain't no bullshit. Maybe there was some situation I don't know about there that day, because I don't know exactly what occurred. I don't even know exactly where this took place at. I just know the end result is a woman dead. Okay? Her family wants answers. I certainly would like to have the answers. I'm curious as a cat. That's why I do this job. Because I want to know. My whole job is to find out the truth. That's why we check all the facts. Okay? But the DNA report's coming back with you on the steering wheel, you on the electrical cord, you on the clothing, okay? The wallet's in your house. It's in your house at a time when Larry Spears is confirmed out of town, okay? So your story is that you find it in Larry Spears? I don't know, man. It don't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is it's you. We took all these facts and presented them to a judge, and he felt the same way, okay? That's why the judge signed it. So, if you want to sit here and deny, I'm telling you, you're going to go down with the cold-blooded killer who did it. If there's something that went wrong, if there's something that happened, this is the time to tell me. This is the time to tell me, hey, she was pissed off, I owed her money, fucking pulled the gun on me, I did take care of myself. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But this is the time to tell me, okay? Because we keep jacking around like this, and then all of a sudden you want to go the day of the court and say, yeah, a year and a half ago when I got arrested for this, I didn't want to tell the policeman, but, we got in an argument, it was an accident. I don't want to hear all that bullshit. I don't want to hear all that whining and crying stuff later. I want to know about it now. So, if you got an explanation for all these facts coming back to you, I am all about hearing it. All about it. Okay?
Got nothing.
Got nothing. Okay. I got nothing. Judge don't sign for nothing, dude. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't sign. I don't get a warrant signed off nothing. So, that's your explanation. That's your explanation. But,
that's it.
Damn. There's no reason you can tell me why your DNA would be there. No reason you can tell me why the wallet would end up under your bed. That actually makes sense. Where'd the wallet come from, dude? Where'd the wallet come from? What were y'all talking about on the phone all night? You couldn't have been talking about. You do have the right to remain silent. You don't have to talk to me at all, and I told you that in the rights. If you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. But I got questions, and the family's got questions, and everybody wants answers. Okay? If you can tell me what y'all were talking about, it can't be a drug dealer. It can't be over drugs because you didn't call nobody else to try and get her no drugs. And the last 3 phone calls are with her. You don't call anybody else. So if you're trying to get her drugs, who you calling? Nobody. You just go to bed, I guess, right?
I told you.
She don't come by.
No.
Nobody's over there. Nobody's with you all night. You don't drive her car. How's your DNA on the damn steering wheel, dude? I don't know either. Look, I don't go out to try and focus in on it. You came out of left space. I tell you, the first time I saw you, I could tell you were nervous, but I didn't know why. I was trying to get to Larry Spears, was I not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was my goal. That's where I was headed to. I wanted to go to Alabama and talk to Larry Spears. You put me on the phone with him. I was all about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I checked on Larry, the more I checked on Tommy Cody, they don't match up. Everything's coming back to you.
Obviously.
So, why? Other than you did it, why? Somebody walking around collecting your skin? Trying to put DNA on you?
Must be.
Well, they should have collected your fingerprints. That would have been easier, huh?
You're the only one that got my DNA.
Okay. Me, FDLE, I don't collect that. The crime scene does, but yeah. You gave it to the courts, you gave it to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Nobody else collected any. But it's on her steering wheel. And that wallet, man, talk to me about this wallet, man. I mean, you had an excuse. Okay, so what were we talking about? You find the wallet where? Where do you find that wallet again?
I'm waiting for my day in court, like you said, man.
Okay. You don't want to talk to me? I'll get up and go. You don't want to talk to me? That's fine. I just want to remind you, this is the last time you are going to get a chance to talk to me before court. Last time you'll get a chance to get your signed versions out before we go. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. As long as you're good with that. Don't want to answer any of those questions for that family.
By this point, Scott is stuck trying to explain facts that don't move. And the detective keeps bringing it back to the same problem. The evidence is consistent, but Scott isn't. Thompson was found guilty of second-degree murder for the strangulation death. Following the jury verdict, Circuit Judge Ronald Swanson sentenced Thompson to life in prison. Thompson died on April 27, 2023, while assigned to Blackwater Correctional Facility. He was 42 years old. Thompson's cause of death was not yet available from FDC. He had been incarcerated in state prison since July 27, 2010.